I'm a student of strategic management. That is what I thrive on. So I'm on my familiar territory here. Yes. Strategic thinking is an organizational and pragmatic type of critical thinking. It involves seeing the big picture, planning ahead, and putting those thoughts into action, typically to gain competitive advantage. And from years of practice of strategic thinking, we have come up with our own unique definition of strategy. Strategy is the art and science, in bracket, of deception, dissuasion, diversion, and deterrence in order to achieve a desired competitive positioning. As you can see, all those words D, they are not very, very palatable, are they? Strategic thinking is a weapon of warfare. Strategic thinking is a weapon of warfare. There are three components of strategic thinking. Number one is where we are now. Where am I? You must define that without prejudice. You must define that without emotions. You must define that very, very clearly in practical terms. Where are we now? Without emotions. Number two, where are we going? Where do we want to be? That is the end, not the stop gaps along the way. Where do we want to be? Then the third question is, how do we get there from point A to point B? How do we get there? These are the three components of strategic thinking. Then there are 5 elements of strategic thinking. 5 elements. Number one is a systems perspective, i.e., you put systems in place that anybody can run, having defined clearly those 3 components. That even if you are out of the picture, others can carry them because there's a system that is carrying it. Are we together? Then number 2, intent focus. That is the vision. All of us must be focused on the vision. Follow one course until successful. Then thinking in time, i.e., I am not buried in my thought process of 10 years ago and bring it into now. Recognize that as time changes, your thought process will change. The opportunities will change. The challenges will change. Therefore, you must be thinking in time. As time is evolving, let your mental process also evolve. Let it not be fixed. Then hypothesis driven. What are the assumptions that you are grounded your thought process on? Check those assumptions again and again and again. Then what we call intelligent opportunism, i.e., as opportunities come, gauge whether there is something there for you. It's not every opportunity you jump into. Is it in alignment with your strategic objective? There are some you have to turn your back on because they are mere distractions. 4 qualities of strategic thinkers. The 4 qualities of strategic thinkers. They are always learning. They are always learning. Number 2, they always seek advice from others. Even if they do not follow every advice they receive, they are always open to advice. Bring it on, bring it on. Because from those advices they make their decisions. And number 3, they are not afraid to take risks. Having decided they are ready, they are action driven. They take risks, not even being convinced about the final outcome. Number 4, they never forget the organizational purpose. What is our organizational purpose in Ebony World? Our purpose is our vision. That's it. What's our vision? To attain economic inclusion for all. That we must keep that in focus all the time. It doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. It doesn't matter who is here tomorrow. It doesn't matter whether this country collapses. It's not relevant. Economic inclusion for how many? So it doesn't matter whether you are a mechanic, whether you are an engineer, whether you are a doctor, whether you are a lawyer. I was coming in this morning. I had to walk down, and I looked to my right. I saw a shop, and I could see them with gallons of oil, palm oil, which we intend to go into. And I went there and I asked them, how much do you sell? They told me. Where do you source? They told me. And I said, okay, I'll patronize you, but really I'm not going to hide from you. We're also going into this business. Okay? But we are going into it next year. But we are not going to have a shop like you have a shop here. We're actually going to stock our warehouse. And we buy at so and such a time, and we sell at so and such a time. As I was telling somebody else came in, I said, oh, that's what they do at the depot. At the depot, they buy maybe around this time. And then the people that bought, they don't buy tickets. Those tickets are allocations. They go away, they don't travel. Then when April comes, they don't come from abroad. Hey boy, go to the depot and begin to sell the tickets. And now they can buy for 90 naira now. And the other day they are selling for about 200 naira. They've made their money. It's actually investment. Unlike you that you are a trader, you are running to market every day, you are buying, you are just hustling yourself. Those who are making the real money, they are somewhere playing golf. So these skills are essential to accomplish business objectives, and they address challenges, particularly if they are projected to take weeks, months, and sometimes years to achieve. Ebony World.
Transforming life for life.
Ebony World.
Transforming life for life.
So, in strategic thinking, you must be able to do your SWOT analysis. Your SWOT analysis is where you assess very, very frankly and very, very objectively your strength and your weakness. What are you good at? What are you not good at? What do you like? What don't you like? In what kind of environment can you thrive? In what kind of environment is just not good for you? You must be frank with yourself. You can deceive others, you cannot deceive yourself. Because eventually, these things will manifest out there in the market. Strengths and weaknesses. These, you must be aware of them. You must be aware of them. Then, these are internal. Your strengths and weaknesses, they are internal to you. But there are some other things that are external to you. These are the opportunities and the threats. The environment will give you opportunities, and then they also throw you threats. And if you cannot anticipate them correctly, they can wipe you off. And so your strengths and your opportunities, you must be aware of them, but you must be aware of your weakness and the threats that will come. Because they are not going to add to you. They are likely to just, upstage you from the market. You must develop the long view that your endeavor is a marathon and not a sprint. So in a marathon, you don't have to win every lap, do you? You don't have to win every lap. Your mind is focused on the very end. Okay? Drive strategy with SMART goals. What are SMART goals? Specific goals, measurable goals, achievable goals, realistic goals, time-driven goals, time-bound goals, and then they must be stretching. You don't set goals that easily. It's like I said a goal that I want to jump a pond. That's small. I want to jump a river. That's more like it. That will stretch me. Then you must stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Are you willing to stake your very existence for the achievement of these goals? If you are not, better forget them. You don't want to stake your existence. Is it me that will stake my existence on your goals? They are your goals. If you don't believe in them, discard them. They are not worth pursuing. So at this time, I'll take a small break. 5 minutes.